All right, so I have 3 head straps here. So this is the Bobo M2 for my Quest 2. Frankly, I have no notes. It's perfectly made. It does everything I want it to do, and as soon as I got my Quest 3, I immediately tried to find the same thing for my Quest 3. When I first looked, it wasn't available on Amazon, and eventually I went to the actual Bobovr and got the M3 Pro. I should have, in hindsight, gotten the kit that converts this one to this one. The reason I didn't initially is because I might end up selling this, and I have no idea where the original strap is, so I'm going to have to sell it with this if I do sell it. I ended up getting the M3. I thought the battery might be a good addition and give me a little bit more time here and there, or charge it a little bit. And overall, the build quality is pretty similar. Everything feels about the same, looks about the same. This one, it slides closer to the front because you have these ports right here that are in the way, so it doesn't slide up as far. Both of them have this front piece with the little strap that goes, or the little Velcro loop that goes around the head strap, which I don't really think is necessary, and it's kind of annoying because every time you want to take it off or put it back on, you have to undo this thing. But it's not a huge deal because I don't really take it off often. While I was waiting for this, because it took over 3 weeks to get here, I bought this one on Amazon, which is the T3 by I don't know who. Kind of just probably a Chinese knockoff of Bobo, which I assume is also Chinese. This thing has been working really well. It cost 24 something, so about $25 on Amazon. It took a day or two to get here. This one costs $50, and the only difference is that this one has this little battery pack, which for me is more annoying than it is useful. I don't use this for super long periods of time, and so it hardly ever dies. I usually can use it a couple or a few days in a row before I have to charge it, and I just plug it in. This cable is too long. I don't know why it's that long. I don't know what the use case is for having it an extra 5 or 6 inches longer than it needs to be. But I don't know, I might end up taking it off if I keep it. I don't know if I can return this, but I might return it because the main thing I don't like about this one compared to the original is how much further back this piece goes from my head. So if you look at them side by side, I mean, this one's probably, without the padding, about a ½ inch thick, and this one's more like 1.5 inches or 2 inches thick. And sometimes I like to sit in my bed with pillows behind me and have my head resting on the wall behind me, and this is just so far. And I don't know if I'm going to end up scratching this battery or dislodging it or something, and I don't know. I don't really need the battery. It adds extra weight, and I don't know how well it works as far as charging. I've read a bunch of stuff online that it doesn't work that well, but like I said, I don't really need it. This one is about the same thickness as that original. It's a little bit thicker maybe, but not much. This one does not have that little strap thing in the front, and instead of sliding on like this one does, slides on and off of the little arm, this one is fit perfectly so that it snaps right into place, which I think makes it easier to take on and off if I need to, like, clean it or whatever. I think it's a better choice. So I'm going to put them on and show them to you so you can see what they look like compared, and I'll let you decide which one you think is better. Okay, so first, this is the Bobo VR180. the way that I like to put these on is to tilt this forward and press it to my face and then slide the back down like that. And this one, which is different from the original Bobo VR, this M2, this slides smoothly. And when I put it on like this, it slides smoothly on. This one has like some stops in here, so it's smooth. Look at that, battery's annoying. So it's smooth up to here, and then it has like a couple of little latches, which I guess could keep it from moving up and down, but I've never felt like I needed that from the previous one. So put it down. You have this little ratcheting thing here. So when you tighten it, it clicks, and then when you untighten it, it doesn't really do that clicking. It's pretty smooth. But the mechanism is well made. It feels good. I don't feel like there's something different from the original Bobo. So first, it kind of comes around the outside in like a more circular way than the previous one. It's pretty comfortable. It holds on here pretty well, except that the inertia from this battery right here, when you turn your head, you can feel that extra weight back there. The weight distribution is good. It actually kind of balances out the front by having that battery in the back. I would almost say that it has more weight in the back than the front, at least perception wise. I feel like it's more back heavy than front heavy, which I mean might be a good thing, so your head doesn't feel like it's falling down whenever you're trying to play. But I mean, everything feels nice. The two parts on the top, they're not taking the brunt of the weight. Most of the weight is on this front band, which I prefer. It takes a lot of stress off of the eye, the part that goes around your eye, the faceplate, compared to, I mean, the regular strap, which is like almost all of the force is against your eyes, which is super uncomfortable. Especially with the original faceplate that it comes with, which has that really scratchy, annoying material, which I had to fix almost immediately. And initially I tried like a silicone wrap kind of thing on it, and that was okay, but like after some time, silicone is pretty sweaty, and this like PU leather or whatever it is, I bought this. This is an aftermarket product. I don't remember who makes it, but this one's good. Maybe I'll do a review on it later. But having more of your weight on here than in here is a lot more comfortable. And so, I mean, overall, it's well made. It's worth $50 or whatever I paid for it. I think it ended up being $3 shipping. 3.5 or 3 weeks is ridiculous to wait. They should be selling this through Amazon, so not have to wait so long to get it, but that's okay. But like I said, so this ring right here compared to the original Bobo is a lot wider, which, I mean, maybe for some head sizes that works better. I didn't find a problem with this one. And you can see it's kind of adapted to my head. I think originally it was more circular, and because I pull this part down over my head, this got pushed up. But this is, for me, this is more comfortable. Having it on the back of my head rather than around a circle with the top and bottom and like a little halo, I think this is more comfortable. The mechanism on this one is pretty similar, except when you unscrew this one, it clicks as well. So it clicks to tighten, and then it clicks to loosen. So like I said before, one of the things I like about the T3 is that this snaps directly on here, like the kind of OEM strap, which I really like. It makes it super easy to get on and off. I don't have to take off the faceplate. I just took this off because I needed to take the Bobo off. And that is kind of annoying. I prefer not to have to do that every time. So here's the T3. The color doesn't match, which I don't care about. So the material, it feels a little bit more like vinyl than I guess this one does. They feel pretty similar. This one seems to have a thicker padding, whereas the Bobo is slightly thinner. Yeah, quite a bit thinner. And it's not any softer, at least on the front part. And on the back, same thing. And the design of this one is a little bit different. It doesn't have this kind of circular one. It has more of a side, which, I mean, it doesn't really matter either way for me. So let's put it on and see how it fits. So this one also doesn't have that ratcheting. It's a smooth up and down, and I put it on the same way. This one, the ratcheting sounds pretty cheap. I don't know if you can hear that very well, but it also is smooth when you undo it. Doesn't ratchet, but if you listen to this, it sounds pretty cheap compared to the Bobo, which, I mean, the sound doesn't matter, but if it means that it's going to fail sooner, then that's not great. But once it's on, I mean, it feels really stable. This visor part right here is actually higher, which I think on the Bobo is slightly adjustable, but it depends on where I guess you have to have the strap on here. Looks like I took it off of this one, but you have that little strap piece. So I don't know if it's to prevent this from coming up too high or moving like while you're using it. So maybe that's the purpose of that strap, but honestly I don't think it's necessary to keep it on and keep it stable. This feels super stable. It's a little bit wider on the sides here. Like, it's less of an oval shape like the Bobo is. It's more round. And so it's kind of sticking out on these sides here. Which, I mean, it doesn't really affect how it works, but it's kind of unnecessary for it to go that wide. I don't know what the purpose of that. I guess maybe if you had headphones on, you would have some extra room there. I usually wear headphones that go on the back when I wear them, so it's not a problem for me. So, I mean, honestly, if I was blindfolded and I put this one on compared to the Bobo, I don't think I would notice the difference. They're pretty much the same. This one costs half as much, so you're essentially paying $25 for the battery, which, I mean, from what I've read, I mean, I haven't used it much, but from what I've read, it would be better to buy like an aftermarket battery that would last a while. But it is nice that it has, this thing has, like, it's magnetic, so it just pops right in there. And there is, I don't know why it doesn't come with a charger that you can just set it in. That wasn't even an option for me to buy one of those with this, but I have seen kits on Amazon, but of course they're out of stock, so I can't buy them. But if I could do it all over again, I would have bought this one. I don't know if it was available when I first bought that Bobo. I searched a lot of times for different head straps, and I bought one before this. And you can watch the older video for more information about that one. And it was okay, but this one's way better than that one because it has this front support right here and the top supports, which I don't know if these top supports come down low enough. Yeah, I guess they're fine. I mean, most of the support comes from here. So actually, if I could do it all over again, I would have just bought the kit to adapt this one to the Quest 3 because this thing is perfect. It does everything I want it to do. I think it's like $15 for the conversion kit, and I think I initially only paid like $25 for this thing, so I think that would have been the best, except that it takes so long. When I first bought the M3, the conversion kit wasn't available. It was sold out or whatever. But I do think they're available now, and I think they're like 15 bucks. But the shipping time is just insane. Like, I bought this one just because I couldn't wait 3 weeks with that garbage strap that they give you the Quest with. So, all right, that's what I think about all this stuff. Yeah, thanks.